Hi everyone! I hope you're doing well and happy Pride! Whether you're out and proud, quietly celebrating yourself, or just vibing with queer stories, I hope this month has been kind to you so far. Today I thought it'd be fun to do something a little different, slightly unhinged, but deeply nourishing for the soul. We are talking about old man yaoi. If you've never heard that term before, first of all, I'm honored that you get to hear it from me. Old man yaoi or yaoi usually refers to gay romance featuring older men, but the definition of older can be surprisingly slippery. Some people count men in their 30s, others say nothing under 50, and an extremely cultured few will only accept full silver foxes with aching knees and divorce papers. Personally, I think middle-aged is a solid benchmark, but honestly, it's not just about age. It's also about the vibes. Old Man Yaoi gives us a very specific emotional texture, whether tenderness, worn-in attraction, the ache of vulnerability after a lifetime of masks. And sure, I could also go on about how age in media intersects with masculinity, desire, and narrative agency. But sometimes I just want to see different types of men fall in love. This video includes a wide range of vibes and age gaps. I've mixed in both well-loved titles and a few hidden gems, some officially available in English and some I'm manifesting will be licensed one day. And some stories center to older men, whereas others will pair an older guy with a younger partner. I don't judge, and neither should you. So that's the energy today. Let's dive into a few titles that have rewired my brain. My first recommendation is one that proves that quality really is better than quantity. How to Start Your First Love at 50 is a shy, sweet one-shot where an older salaryman is living a fairly normal life until a much younger strip club dancer completely flusters him into emotional and romantic freefall. Despite the awkward, fumbling first steps, their connection is tender, hot, genuine, and so sweet. This one-shot is also a reminder that love doesn't follow one timeline, and that it's never too late for a first. My only complaint is that I want more. I would read a full volume about these two. Sui mo Amai mo is one of those titles that I want to hand to people like, read this and cry with me. It's a slice-of-life manga about a gay couple who've been together for over 30 years. And not in a dramatic, plot-heavy way, just in the way they cook together or go grocery shopping. I really hope this manga gets licensed in English someday, because we already don't often see stories about middle-aged characters, let alone elderly ones. So how special is a manga like this? The story is incredibly sweet, but it also touches on real-world issues. It's a love letter to long-term commitment and everyday joy. It made me feel so warm every time I read it. And yes, sometimes it made me want to cry too. This one is for all of my fellow idol fans. If you've ever even briefly fantasized about meeting your favorite musician, Dear My Killer Tune is the manga for you. It follows a hairdresser who's been a huge fan of a rock band since he was young. Years later, by total chance, he ends up styling his longtime idol's hair. And somehow, through clumsy fanboying and casual chats, they form a real connection. I love every single character in this manga. I also love that the story captures the little things really well, like the excitement of seeing someone you admire up close and the hesitation of not wanting to ruin it. I spent a little too much time narrowing down the titles for this video, and while I was reviewing everything, I thought, this video needs a little more oomph, a little more messiness, and so I added one of my all-time favorites. Dirty Dandies is a story that gives you adult angst and heat in equal parts. I wish I could wipe my memory and read this for the first time again, because the author did such an amazing job at revealing the various layers of misunderstandings and shared history. It's messy, it's flirty, it's poignant and horny. This manga was also one of my first forays into BL featuring muscular men, and I quickly got really into it. But yeah, with this manga, I came for the muscles and I left with way too many feelings. If you like your BL with the most adorable adult men, heartfelt wishes, and a little birthday yearning, this one's for you. I love this manga so much. Suzume is turning 40 and makes a quiet bucket list, only for his handsome junior to find it and insist on helping him complete his wishes. It's warm, a little wistful and painful, but builds up so sweetly too. Mamita always gets me. They're one of my favorite BL authors. I feel like all of their stories are written with so much care. From the cover and the title, Midnight Rain looks like it's going to be gritty, maybe even tragic, but once you start reading, it turns out to be surprisingly lighthearted and warm. Don't get me wrong, both leads are emotionally wrecked in their own way. They're tired, they don't exactly want to die, but they also aren't quite sure how to keep living either. If you like tired old men, and especially emotionally constipated grumps as much as I do, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by this manga. Koiga Ochitara is one of my ultimate comfort BLs, and I am begging for it to be licensed in English one day. I've reread it countless times, and it just never fails to hit the spot. Kishimoto is literally my dream man, absolute perfection. If he could clean, he'd be unstoppable, but that's why he has ise. What starts as a clumsy laundry rescue turns into late-night flirtation and a very important question. Are you into older men? Sir, if they're like you, then yeah. No, like, this man had me kicking my feet, screaming, grinning in the dark, everything. If you need something cozy, sweet, and grown-up, please read this. I will translate it for you myself. A First of Summers is such a cute, cozy webtoon about trying new things, even when you're not 100% sure what you're doing with your life. On his 40th birthday, a divorced office worker decides to finally sign up for electric guitar lessons, and ends up meeting a much younger music teacher who's basically sunshine in human form. I used to think I had a pretty solid grasp of Korean BL, but this series made me realize that I don't actually know many with middle-aged protagonists. Anyway, this webtoon so far is really sweet and gentle, full of soft bonding over music and low-key flirting. I've heard it gets super angsty later on, which is why I've been too scared to catch up. But if you're braver than me, go forth and report back. Itooshiki Hibi is another amazing manga that I am begging to see licensed in English someday. It follows a couple from when they first met, at ages 18 and 28, through the many decades of their life together. I love a good slice of life story, and this one is just so moving. The couple feels so ordinary, which somehow makes their relationship even more special. Because honestly, how incredible is it to grow up and grow old with the love of your life? To weather every change, to unlearn and relearn each other, and still notice the same things you've always loved decades later. In the very first chapter, we see them have sex, and somehow even that feels like a soft reminder that aging isn't something to fear. Things may change, but intimacy, connection, and love can still thrive. If you like workplace BL where it seems like nothing is happening for a while, but everything is happening emotionally, this one's for you. Koboku feels like getting a warm drink with someone you're secretly in love with. Comfortable, but with the undercurrent of something more. What I like about this manga is that while it's not overly in-your-face romantic, there is a lot of care and respect throughout. Why else would Kashiwagi prepare intricate lunchboxes for his boss daily? Or not want to lead his own team, if not out of affection? Even when the two main characters start dating, it's not what typical dating looks like, because these two feel comfortable just by being together, even if that's at work. I can't really put it into words, but I liked this manga's subtle look at love. With that, we've reached the end of the video. Wow, it's been a long time since I made any sort of recommendation video, so I really hope at least one person found something new to add to their TBR. While working on this, I kept thinking about why I like old man yaoi so much. Aside from the obvious, aka seeing cute older men blush, I think it's because these stories expand how I see love. They offer romantic narratives across ages, occupations, and life experiences. And yet, a 50-year-old salaryman still falls in love like a nervous high schooler. The fact that we're all vastly different, but still very much the same, is just so beautiful. I kept this video relatively short because I'm still figuring out what works and what doesn't. So consider this a test run. As always, may you be happy, healthy, loved, and safe, and I'll see you next time.